potential and be prepared for success as engaged citizens. And our mission is to provide an innovative, rigorous, and supportive educational community that inspires a passion for learning and cultivates empathy and responsibility. I also want to mention that this week is Teachers Appreciation Week. I want to give a special shout out to all of our great teachers and staff. They are truly the foundation for our success in reaching our vision and this mission as a district. The next thing I would like to do is do board introductions. And Brian, why don't we start with you?
Sure, Brian Bauer.
Lindsay Hescott.
Katie McCallum.
Suzanne Webb. Barbara Wilson.
Steve Wood.
Mary Heather.
Lash Technology Director.
Heather Crowley, Executive Assistant to Superintendent. Nicole Carter, Director of Advanced Services.
Matt Correctly, Director of Finance and Operations.
Thank you very much. Now, the next item on our agenda is public comment. This is our moment to invite the public to provide comments. If you're interested in making a public comment, please raise your hand. If you're participating online, please raise your Zoom hand and we'll move you over to speak. And do we have any one participating online in the community?
No, we have Ruth Sheds up first time with us, but she does not have her.
Okay. Is there anyone? Okay, Ruth. I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is
Tanya.
So I just want to acknowledge the work that the creators did. I got to see all the presentations, and it was really impressive. Then I want to give a special shout out to Tyler. They'll probably mention this, but he's not here tonight. His is gender equity, and it was focused on domestic violence against women. And he's not here because he is taking an action step in teaching a self-defense class by request in a community in CSAC in Millbury. So shout out to Tyler and all of the great students.
Anyone else? Thank you. Okay. So the next item on our agenda is the Shoreham School presentation. So at this point, I would like to turn it over to Andy Johnson, and the room is yours.
Yeah. So we have amazing fifth graders here who you can see all of their exhibition presentations up there. And Ms. Jenny is going to talk about her experience. Jenny Muscott, our fifth grade teacher, will be talking about all of the work that the students did in her role. And we have one group who's going to present for you their exhibition project. Owen, Carson, Myla, and Tenley.
Hi, my name is Jenny Muscott. I'm the sixth grade teacher at Shoreham Elementary. This year was the first year our district completed a CYP exhibition project. This project is for students to choose a topic of interest. We tied that to a UN sustainability goal. So each project researched one of the sustainability goals. We're going to hear from the group with Zero Hunger. Students then had an opportunity to create their own lines of inquiry. These are big questions that guide all of our units in an IB curriculum. Students wrote a line of inquiry and then they created other big questions that connected to key concepts. So the key concepts like causation and responsibility, or other questions that guided their research into the topic. What's the big problem? What's being done to solve that problem? And then they brought it to a local level. They interviewed a mentor and expert in our community. They came up with an action plan to help solve that problem. And they're going to present their project to you right now. Thank you. Welcome.
board members, and my family. My name is Owen, this cousin Madeline. We're going to teach you about food skating for mom and show you a presentation of Sail. Local farms donate food to home and other butchers and it is mostly food, fruit, and vegetables that don't look fresh, but are fresh and often organically grown. About 1 in 10 people worldwide are suffering from hunger, and nearly 1 in 3 people lack regular access to food. For students that need to be ready for school, vegetables grow where they're really good. When included is wisely food security, key concepts of causation, food classroom security, and responsibility. Causation means to understand that there is a understand. Responsibility means to understand that we are responsible for the children. Thank you for coming and listening to our presentation. Please visit my track and learn more about this issue. We have plans for you to share some about our presentation. Please clap one. Any questions?
Well, first, I would like to thank you guys so much for sharing your project. That's really awesome. And what is the one thing you really learned that you didn't know before you started this? Can you think of something?
Probably how many walls are actually
Awesome. Anybody else have some questions? Great. See,
Did you guys enjoy this project? Yeah.
That's politically correct. Politically correct as well.
Who did you guys interview? And how did you guys come up with the questions to ask her?
Do you know what you're gonna grow when you're community learning?
Peas, carrots, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, strawberries.
It's great.
I just want to offer a compliment. You guys did a really great job taking turns and speaking clearly, and it's a really important issue for them. And I'm just excited that you guys were interested in it and researched it and just listening for happening. So nice work, you guys.
I'm not sure you heard Milo, but on the, in front of their board, we have loved it and learned it. And if anybody feels like filling this out, it's really nice to have feedback.
Do you want to add any more, Andy?
I just want to thank all of the students for wonderful projects. And I really want to thank Ms. Jenny for this being her first year leading this work and the amount of growth and learning that she put in for herself really translated to the passion and interest of the students. So I just want to thank her and all of the other amazing staff around ACSD that made this possible for students. Thank you.
Any other comments from the board or questions? Thank you, everybody, swivel and look both ways, thank you. Okay, again, thank you so much, and one of the pleasures I've had is this year I've actually been able to see the exhibits of several schools, and it's just really exciting to see how excited the kids are and how they're using all these skills in order to do their project, right? Everything from math to, payment, so I think it's really a neat learning opportunity and engagement for the kids.
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so moving on to the next item is recommendation to approve the minutes. And in our agenda, they did included was minutes that we can already approve. The first two sets of minutes, so we don't have to approve those. We did those last minute meeting. Since we have a lot of special meetings that we had over the last month, I have a proposition that possibly we can approve those meeting minutes all together except for the board. Would that make sense, or do we want to do one by one? Go ahead, Mary Heather.
I would suggest, and it's easier for me to record in one packet, because we can all together. This one.
Yeah.
All together.
All together. All together, okay, so the entirety, and
It's
did we
easier
report?
for me to record that approval in one packet.
Okay, perfect, yeah, okay, perfect. Yes,
My only observation is that traditionally when people have not attended board meetings, they have abstained. And if we do it as a blanket, there are so many meetings here that people miss one or two meetings. And it's kind of been a tradition that we abstain from the events. So that factors into doing it as a blanket.
so any other thoughts on that? I mean, we can go through individually, quickly.
Most of the,
Yes.
most of the special meeting minutes, though, you don't have any action, it's going in and out of executive session, so, I mean, if we didn't, I didn't choose them for designate them when I looked at this, but I approved them, so it may in fact be the case, as you say, tradition. I'm not sure if it's really relevant. The only one I think would be relevant would be maybe the last one, we designated chair to make a statement to the board in our executive session.
Those are our thoughts. I mean, we can go through them individually, or Mary Heather.
I still would advocate for doing them as a group.
Okay.
That's just me, because I'm wonderful.
Yes,
I would agree with that. Is there a way to record board members if they were absent? Can we just have those board members state if you were absent, then we were abstaining from them, and still do it as a group? Oh, well, you abstained from all of them.
yes, you have to same thing.
Okay, that seems
Right. For this particular go around, because of the nature of the minutes and they're very short, I'm going to do it as a blanket. Okay, so can I,
That we do it as a blanket.
is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any corrections on any of the minutes that you've gone through and read? Go ahead, Mary, Lindsay.
It's not a correction exactly, but like, One of them came through as a Word document, and I couldn't open it. It's just like on the March 31st.
Oh, and we've already approved that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's just a sign.
So in the
It didn't come
future,
up as a PDF.
in the future, we'll watch for that.
Okay.
Any other comments? Are we ready for the question? All those in favor of approving all of the minutes from April 6th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 18th, 19th, and 25th, say, respond by saying aye.
24th,
Oh, 24th?
and, or I'm sorry, May 3rd.
And May.
May 3rd is not on here.
You're not on the board pack.
It's in board pack.
I only have up through the 25th in work.
They're at the top. They're not listed, like, if you look at the top, it's not really.
They're not linked. They're not linked.
Okay, but they are listed up here,
Right.
so.
So let's, because when I went in there, I only saw through the 24th as well. So let's say May 3rd or the following. So let me repeat. All those in favor of approving the minutes of April 6th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 18th, 19th, and 24th, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any except I can't see the word.
Abstentions.
Yes, thank you. Any abstentions? Jamie? Okay, thank you. The meeting minutes have been approved. The next item on the agenda is the ACSD bills. I'm going to turn it over to Jeff.
There were two sets of bills that haven't been approved, even though we met and did the special meetings. First one is from April the 17th. The general account was for $446,841.87. There was a specific transportation one for Mary Hogan of $3,850.63. There was a payroll of $881,490.17. Jason and I read those bills on that date, and I also read the second group, which was May 1st. There was a general fund amount of $915,037.30. It was a large number, which a lot of it, sort of the increase was made up of a lot of VI health bills which were on there, which jacked it up. And there was also a transportation bill of about $125,000. So that's what makes that a little bit larger than it usually is. Second was a student transportation, second for $368.50. And third was the payroll for $902,596.20. Okay, so problems with the bills and
Do we have a second? Any questions or comments on the bills, Tricia? Seeing none. All those in favor of approving the bills, respond by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The bills are approved. The next item on our agenda is report of the superintendent, and as we can see, the superintendent is not here, unfortunately. He called me at 5 o'clock and let me know that he has just tested positive for COVID. So he did take a picture of some notes, so we didn't have to go into the office and make a copy and expose any more folks. The things that he wanted to highlight this evening was the following. Just pointing out that there's a lot of end of the year events that are happening. And first of all, this is Teacher Appreciation Week, as we mentioned earlier. All schools are planning an end of year field trip, which is exciting. Dances and prom. The 6th and 7th graders had a school dance last Friday. 8th graders had a dance this Friday, and prom is Saturday. The 5th graders across the district are going to eat this week and next. Did I say that right? Yeah, okay, thank you. Rising 6th and 9th grade transition day is June 7th. Graduation and promotions, the high school graduation is June 10th. The 5th grade promotion will occur the week of June 12th. 8th grade promotion is June 15th. And the last day for schools except Salisbury and Ripton is June 16th. Ripton and Salisbury is June 19th. And the other thing he wanted to highlight was some of the exhibition projects. During their projects, 5th graders across our district took action to benefit our local and global community. There were over 40 actions, an incredible impact for our growing learners to have in our community. Over the last few weeks, our 5th and a few 4th graders have testified at the legislature in support of universal student meals, learned sign language and taught a kindergarten class, met with Congresswoman Ballant to advocate for mental health and SSI benefits, planned for a school-wide chicken coop, written letters to our local representatives, planned numerous Green Up Day activities for our local rivers and trails, made petitions to support gender equality, raised money to support organizations like the Water Bells for Africa, Malaya Foundation, and a local children's hospital, collected plastics to recycle into other products, made informational videos and flyers about renewable energy, climate change, and human rights, planned a clothing swap. This is really amazing. It is just brings joy to my heart to read this list and see all of the awesome things that our kids have been involved in. So I think, a handout to all of those who helped them make it possible and the kids themselves. So let's just give them all a round of applause. And the last thing on Peter's list was just to let us know that the IB newsletter was sent out this afternoon to provide a community update with an overview of the program and implementing ACSD. Okay. So the next item that we go ahead.
I'd like to jump in on that.
Yeah, please do.
We listened to a bunch of year-end events, and last year, graduation was only attended by 4 board members, and everyone was vexed that I brought that up. This is plenty of board for everyone. Graduation is June 10th.
I mean, just what you last said, I just.
People were vexed when I brought it up after graduation, and it's not to call anybody out, but here we are before graduation, and it's an opportunity. And you should have all received invitations in mail from the senior class. So hopefully everyone can make it. I mean, it really is important for the board to show up for graduation. That is important.
And Jim.
And they make that, point was to, those there were a lot of empty chairs. And it was very obvious that a lot were there. Okay, so I think there's reasons why one can't be there, for sure. But I think it's important as a representation of the board and the culmination of our students' education experience here in the Bridge Art. So get the point of students.
Thank you for that. Mary, but
Yeah, I was just saying, I think it's just extremely important, I think, for us as board members to prioritize that as a, data and observation and something that we should be excited to show up at. And then the other thing is just, related to the exhibition work. I've been to the high school exhibition and it was, I mean, just amazing. I don't know if anybody else in the community went, but the gym was just packed with people and it was super exciting to see just a variety of programs. I learned a lot about Sarah and, gosh, what else? There were musicians who created original music, and then there were students who made documentaries about those students creating original music. I mean, the range of interests and it was really awesome to go to. So I hope, just something to think about in the future, there's a way to record some of that and put it online so that folks who can't take off of work to get there, I think it would just be such a great opportunity for the community. It's just such a highlight for the school and for IB as well. So, and then the other thing, and I don't know, Caitlin, you might be able to answer this, but the award ceremony that happens before graduation, is that something traditionally, I sort of remember there being board invitations to that. I've gone to them, but I've been a student there, so.
The experience. Normally, the board leads the way for the parade, okay, which leaves the high school, and the event has taken place, and I don't know if it was on the schedule or not. Takes place in the sports center. And we walk down, they close off Route 7, and the entire school, everybody marches, and the board members and administration marching. One of the cool things that people have not done it is that Mary Hogan is all lined up outside. So every child in every class in Mary Hogan is there as the class of 3 walks by, and then there's the class of whatever they are. 30, 31, sort of there too. So there's a lot of symbolism, obviously if the weather's good, it's sort of fun, honestly, to see Route 7 closed off with the cops at both ends and us walking down the middle of it.
Is it just Mary Hogan students? Not that.
No, but they're the ones, it goes right by Mary Hogan in the sports center, just, the others aren't there because it's not convenient. It's just, it's a symbolic, they're only there for 5 minutes, but they're 10 minutes. Anyway, we make sure that gets on the, on your website too, so they can remember.
But just to finish my question, what is the date of that?
The day before.
Is it the day before graduation?
That my calendar, but
And I'm not doing farmers markets on Saturday, so I can be there. I plan to be there. I need to be there on the 10th.
yes, it's Friday, June 9th. And the high school seems to have all things on the autopilot there, to send all the invitations out, so I suspect whatever has been sent to the past will just go out automatically.
I don't see anything on that.
Yeah.
So, Heather, can you just send an email up to the entire board of that?
Sure, I'll get the information to you. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I
And
just
go
had
ahead.
a clarifying logistical question. I did get the invitation, but I didn't know that board members were part of the marching. So do we not go to the Memorial Sports Center, we go to
So these are 2 separate events. On Friday the 9th, the parade basically begins at the high school. Board members lead that, and it's basically all of the graduating class marches down to the Memorial Sports Center for their award ceremony. That's on Friday the 9th. And then, so you would meet at the high school. And then on the 10th, you would go directly to the Memorial Sports Center graduation.
That's very helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
whole school goes.
Yes, sorry.
Right, so, I mean,
So you'd like a timeline of all of this?
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. We could actually put it, make sure it's in our calendar. Awesome.
which encourages all of us to do.
And for graduation, there is an RSVP as well, so it's important if you're planning to come and attend on the 10th to do an RSVP. Yes, you may.
Right, so we, one of the issues is that we say some of the very, very best seats in the house for the board, and then if they don't. So it is, I think it's Jim said, you might already, you might have a legitimate conflict, it is okay to RSVP, just keep your chairs. So then we don't have that awkwardness of lovely seats that can be sitting. It will also help with that, the optics, and that was like a lot of people should say.
Thank you. Any other comments?
We does it.
In your ACSD?
I haven't been in to look, so. Okay, any other comments before we move on to professional appointments? Okay, is there a second? Discussion. So at this time, I think I'll let Caitlin introduce someone special.
I'm gonna stand over here so that I can see all of you and see Courtney at the same time. It's actually Peter's job to introduce Courtney, but he's sick, so I get to. I couldn't be more excited to introduce Courtney Kron, who's replacing me as Director of Teaching and Learning next year. She has been a member of our community for a long time and a member of our professional ACSD community for a long time as well, including her last 5 years working on my teaching and learning team. So she's not with us right now. She's the assistant principal of Charlotte Central School. But for the last 5 years, she was right on the ground with us, learning the international baccalaureate, understanding how to implement that in our system here, and really leading the way, mostly very quietly, mostly behind the scenes, but but really modeling for our professional community, what it looks like to learn deeply and try things out. So she is incredibly brilliant. She's a super quick study. She'll learn anything you ask her to learn. And the whole team, I have the best team in the world, and they all know her. And the cheers that went out when I announced her as the selected, when I forwarded Peter's announcement to our team on our chat, it was so fun. And then when I shared with the high school, the cheer in the room was fabulous. So I'm so excited to have Courtney back. Courtney, I'm sure Peter didn't tell you to prepare to say anything, so you can just say anything you want. There's no pressure.
I did find something to say, but we could just probably leave it at that.
No.
I know many of you, I think from various different contexts, but if I don't know you, so glad to meet you. And like Caitlin said, my husband and I moved here in 2012 so I could work at Mums. I worked there for 5 years with this dream team of educators. I like to say that's where I learned how to teach. And then I transitioned into a couple different roles. One as a part-time middle years program coordinator for the district, also as a part-time curriculum leader at FUHS. During that time, I oversaw the grade 10 personal project that Mary Heather was referencing. And as a side note, each year, Kurt Broderson is there, films it, and then condenses it into this really awesome video that I'm sure will be sent to you in some way. So worth a watch. And then during the pandemic, I also took over as the MUHS summer school director. So in those 9 years, a pretty varied body of experience in ACSD. And then this year, I've been up at Charlotte Central School. It's a K-8 school, 360 students. And
in my first year as an administrator, I think my real job there has just been like lead learner, meeting with seasoned teachers, learning with brand new teachers, brand new administrators, seasoned administrators, a really awesome district leadership team. So that was a great experience, and I think it's one I would have kept going for a while if this opportunity hadn't come up. So here I am. This district is also very special to me. I have 3 kids in it, 2 at Cornwall School, 1 will be at Mom's next year, and a 4-year-old at Mary Johnson Children's Center. I'm on the board of directors there. He's on track to be MUHS graduating class 2036. Ways ahead.
Good calculated.
That's sort of the story.
Wow.
So we're really lucky to have them.
I feel like really old. Oh, well,
Thank you.
Back.
Happy to be here.
great.
When I saw the email, I cheered too.
Any other comments before we vote and approve the appointments?
Say kudos on the SLP, those are careers in seed. So congratulations on doing one of those. They're hard.
Thank you for noticing.
Okay, all those in favor of approving the professional appointments, respond by saying aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Excellent. The professional appointments have been approved, and welcome again, Courtney. Okay, we're moving right along. I think this may be a very short meeting, which is awesome. So just a reminder, tomorrow evening is the board training, and we will in fact be serving dinner. So again, it'll be catered from the high school, which does awesome food, and we're getting spoiled with all the catering we've had lately. So that'll be a nice welcome. And I did hand out a rubric. I emailed. If in fact you don't have time to do the whole thing, if you do the first 2 pages, that's going to be the primary focus. Again, it's just to give what you believe is our assessment, not to agonize over it at all, right? That will be part of the training tomorrow. Any questions about the board training? Yes.
You asked us to read the governance book?
Yes.
And you're still.
Yes, we are. Yes. Not the whole book. No, the key sections. Yeah.
Watch there, though, actually.
Huh?
Watch was really.
Oh, come on. I thought it was exciting. Any other questions regarding the training? Excellent. The next, we'll just do a brief interim superintendent search update, and I'm going to let Mary and Heather just kind of give an update where we are at this point.
Sure. So right before I left to come here, I got another email from Dr. Corrado. But it was looking like we had a total of 8 applicants, 4 of whom had certification as Vermont superintendents. All of that's been forwarded to the ad hoc committee. The committee consists, as you know, of Suzanne, Steve, Joanna, and Jason. On the administrative side, we will have Nicole Chance joining us, as well as Heather Robb. And then we have a couple of other administrators who also volunteered or responded. I'm sorry. Nicole Carter, sorry, did I say Nicole? I was looking at like Jason Chance's email here, so it was, okay, sorry. And the teacher is vacancy here, there's a Mary Logan classroom teacher. So that's the committee, Suzanne is chairing it. And so the latest email that I got from John Corrado has a couple of more applications, but I haven't seen whether or not they're certified, so that's been submitted to the committee, and Suzanne will be taking the lead to gather up the committee Reviewing.
Excellent, thank you.
That's what I got so far. Did you have anything you want to say at this point?
The first meeting is Wednesday, 4 to 5, it's in person, we have virtual today. And I need to strongly let people know, any meetings, that they do not read the word of the name, because some of the names somehow are already out on the street, and I've been approached by people asking me about them. So that's a big no-no. So, please keep the process confidential, and we will all sign the confidential waiver.
Any questions from the board? Excellent. We have on our agenda an executive session, but I don't believe we need to go into executive session this evening. That was put on previously. But we weren't quite sure the process that we were going to be following. So the next item is other. You know what, I actually skipped over report of the board.
No,
So,
that is what we just did.
okay, yeah.
The next item is.
Before we leave report of the board, is there any updates that we want to quickly run through?
Negotiations last week. So that process is,
Okay, for the upcoming,
yes, for the upcoming cycle for both the teachers and the students.
excellent. Chip,
Finance met first, met in the primary reason to meet was that she was in the chair, which I, again, but the second major part was the fact that we had to do a quarter. And that, I wrote up a good 2-page summary in the high points and discussion on that. I would say that, we're on track pretty much at the same we were after the second quarter with, it's probably at the end of the year, about $1 million. So, it's a good meeting. I think when the minutes get approved after our next meeting, it's going to show up. There is a second, I don't know where that document on the
It's on board back on the.
It's on board
it's
back.
from the finance.
I don't know where it ended up, but anybody who's basically interested, they can look at it.
There's a breadcrumb to it in minutes for this meeting too, so this meeting will instruct you to go to that meeting minutes and that's for.
I also updated the meeting materials on the finance meeting, so now we put on the meeting materials. So
yeah, it's on the financial projection Q3 report. Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's a good. So,
And just as a reminder, the meeting minutes, the draft meeting minutes will show up. So once you've entered the, typed up the meeting minutes, if you hand those off to Heather, she will post them on the community, the ACSD committee page, so that you can actually see the draft as well. Excellent. How about policy? Any updates?
We met, I need to communicate them. We've got some issues that we need to straighten out. Committee asked to look at two policies we have. One was on,
Yeah, I have to finish it.
we have the numbers, I can't remember the numbers, but there's two policies we want to look at again.
Yeah, we run through.
Just the two that we're bringing back this time around,
Um,
which I think one was the special ed.
E1, like parental family.
Yeah, that was one, and there was one other that we're gonna bring back again, just to look at, because we never heard before.
I think that there would be 3 responsible computer internet.
That's another one. Yes, and so we're gonna probably. Rent control fees, so
But the other thing we would do in the meeting is to like put Suzanne Cameron. She's a very good job. Can you repeat that? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, I'm a clerk.
Oh,
I
clerk.
can't do both.
Okay.
So, well, I do, but it's not a good job, so. My phone has to
Okay, and so as, will you have, go
Oh,
ahead.
no, go ahead, if you're still talking about.
Yeah, if, will there be any on the agenda for the next meeting? that we-
We're hoping so that was some of the people that I did reach out to.
Okay, okay, awesome.
So,
Mary Heather.
Yeah, communications and engagement, we obviously just, we're just working pretty tightly for myself and Emily to make sure that all of our communications related to the superintendent search process and the interim search process are going out. And then just in terms of broader committee work, we have a draft board update, that I still need for a little bit of fleshing out on the chair intro, but we wanted to make sure that we had a clear process for the interim search process before we do that. So that hopefully will come together this week and maybe go out soon. That has recent committee work, so I can add a little bit of what's just been reported. And then the other thing that we'll be doing, we'll be working closely with Emily to make sure that our website content gets updated. And Emily has been planning, you probably saw in the board report, the superintendent's report, that the district is migrating to a new website platform. And so we want to make sure that we have current board content that gets migrated over. So our committee is going to be going through all of our parts of the pages to make sure it's condensed, updated, all that, and give it to Emily to then migrate over. So that'll be happening over this next couple meetings, and then the actual migration, I think, will be happening in June.
Thank you. And Jason, did you wanna, talk about facilities?
Sure. We had 2 weeks so far. I would like to share a facilities meeting. Thank you very much for your support on this. We have discussed 2024 strategy and what we might be able to take on as a committee. Superintendent situation. And we also, again, getting regular updates on the high school kitchen renovation project. So, which is on track and going well so far.
Any other questions, comments, committees?
I did have one question about the website transition, and I'm wondering if there are things that are really old, especially with the facilities committee in terms of when they were created and published. I'm hoping that all of that historic stuff is going to come over in the transition once we have reference to tools and studies from 60 years ago and Trace Collins stuff.
Yes, definitely. I'm glad you brought that up, Jason. So we definitely want to make sure that all of the artifacts from the prior facilities assessments and facilities management plan report, and all the board work that's been done so far is included and does get transferred. I think we'll have to work closely with the facilities committee and Emily to make sure that it's kind of filed appropriately in terms of the presentation and the layout of the website. But the intent is to make sure that all of the artifacts are preserved and accessible.
Excellent.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so now I can move to other. Does anyone have anything they would like to bring up under other? Suzanne?
The intent Wednesday, the CPAC parents are going to be having a presentation on special education, library, high school library, yes, that's right, because I tried to fit in setting for it, and I just wasn't. So if anybody is interested or just wants to know a little bit more about special education and funding, please go. Please support students and their families in the community. I have emailed them, and I told them I would love to have been there, but I have a VSBA board meeting Monday. I can't.
She tries. Just like today.
Can someone explain the childcare thing that says there's childcare?
Mary?
Yeah, so there'll be childcare across from the library and the gym. A paraeducator is gonna be the lead adult, and then there'll be some high school students helping out as well.
Okay, Mary, Lindsay.
I don't know the direct question, it will be recorded.
We couldn't get MCTV, but it's gonna be a hybrid meeting, and we'll be recording the Google Meet version of it. So that'll at least have all the presentations and things like that, but it won't include the kind of reception and more casual stuff.
I wanted to go, I'm gonna get kiwi. I'm gonna chaperone. Yeah.
Good job.
That's that. Yeah, well, I'm really looking forward to it. It was like, needed to do tonight and Tuesdays. Yeah, I'll be in the weeds. I like to watch them.
Okay, any other? Excellent. So if there's no other, we can move to adjournment. And I have an adjournment.
Second.
Are they anxious or what? All those in favor?
Aye.
That was a record, you guys.
I know.
Thank you.